Hey guys, just a little quick update really. I'll just tell you now, there isn't any sort of video of the poultry as such. It's just sort of more of a talk along, uh, just sort of updating you what we're thinking of doing for the on the poultry side. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to thin down on the ducks. We're only going to keep, say, two drakes and maybe three or four females. That'll cut the food bill down on that side. All this is in aid of cutting the food bill down. At the minute, we're buying in around 8 to 9 bags of feed, and they're in the region of about £10 a bag. So that's £80 or £90 a month that we're spending on feed. And if I can get that down to about 50 quid a month, I'll be really happy at that, because the ducks and the chickens just about cover us about 50 quid a month in egg sales, and the meat sales. So to try and cut the bills down a little bit, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all the chickens. We're keeping 5 or 6. There is a couple that we want to keep. The sort of sentimental value. They still lay every day, until the winter comes, and then they don't lay. But that's neither here nor there. They've got to have time off, and things. Well, that's with the ducks. We're thinning down on there. We've still got the Muscovies. We've got the ducklings are coming on really coming on now, and like I say, we're keeping the Muscovies. We're going to trade off a couple of female ducklings with my cousin who's got Muscovies as well, and we're going to bring in 2 females, possibly 1 female, depending, in for the Muscovies. And then they're going to be our breeding stock for our meat burns for next year. As for the other ducks, the laying ducks, they're going to be. We're only going to hatch so many next year from those. We're going to keep back a couple of females and get rid of the older females, just so that we've got younger stock coming in all the time, really. Over onto the chickens, what we're going to do, like I say, we're going to get rid of all the chickens. We're keeping 5 or 6. There's some in there that hold, really big sentimental value to us. There's one called a Favrol. So she's stopping. She does go broody once a year at least. The 2 silkies are staying because they go broody every year without a fail. And it's at least twice a year that they go broody. So we can use those more than once to hatch things. And hatching under a broody is 100% better than hatching with an incubator. We are buying an incubator just to be on the safe side in case we have to hatch anything with the incubator, if anything goes wrong or we haven't got a broody at the time that we need to. But the rest of the chickens, all the older birds, they're all going to be going. We'll either cull them and we'll stock that, make stock, like a chicken broth out of them, casserole and whatever, or we'll find homes for them, and we'll just give them away basically, because they're past. They're not past the best. They do lay every year, but they don't lay so much through the winter. We maybe get 1 or 2 eggs through the winter a day, which isn't too bad, because it keeps me and Hannah in eggs. But we struggle for people that want to come and buy eggs from us through the winter. So we're looking at going over to Light Sussex and Rhode Island Red and getting a couple of Rhode Island Red cockerels. Because the Rhode Island Red over the Light Sussex creates what's called a sex-linked chick. It's basically the bog standard starting basics of your brown battery hen that's what's in their breeding, was the Rhode Island Red over Light Sussex. During World War II, and I think going back towards World War One as well, a lot of farmers over here in England and in other countries as well, as far as I know, used to keep the Rhode Island Red cockerel and Light Sussex hens, and then that would create this brown egg-laying chicken, which at day old is 6, because the girls are ginger brown, orangish colour, and the boys, the males, the cockerels, they're a white colour, a creamy colour, because the females take the colour from the dad and the males take the colour from the mum. Why this works, I don't know. I haven't gone into genetics or anything like that, so I haven't got a clue. So, but it works, and it is 99% of the time it is true. It is the brown ones are females. Well, more than 99% really. So that's the plans on the poultry side. We are looking at other things. We're trying to find another couple of females for the quail as well, because he is a little bit amorous, to say the least. He does very fertile, we'll put it that way, but he does damage the backs of the two quail hens that we have at the minute, and we have to keep taking him out for every couple for a week or so at a time at least, just to let them have a bit of a break and let the backs heal up a little bit really. So we are looking at a few more looking towards getting a few more females of the quail that we have. I think the Japanese quail. Hannah knows more about them than I do. So yeah, that's the ideas on all the poultry anyway. We was just gonna get rid of everything and then bring in keep the two cockerels, and bring in 15 or 20 just hybrids, bluebells, amberlinks, ginger nut rangers, whichever. White Stars, Sussex Rangers, things like that. We're just gonna, 15 to 20, at 15 to 20 pounds each is a lot of money. So we're looking at maybe bringing in 5 light Sussex hens and 10 Rhode Island Reds. It's strange because locally I can get both breeds for about a £5 a bird, whereas and they're pure breeds, but the others that are like egg laying machines are nearly twice or 3 times as much as what a pure breed is. So that's the ideas along those lines anyway, guys. Getting a couple of Rhode Island Red cockerels and breeding our own laying birds basically, and start keeping our own line of Rhode Island Red, and we'll possibly look at getting at some point a light Sussex cockerel, to breed light Sussex to light Sussex, hatch the light Sussex, keep a few hens back, and we can keep the that sort of thing going. We can keep the younger birds coming in and older birds, and just keep it going really basically. Because the pure breeds will lay for a longer period of time over the years, whereas the hybrid hens like your bluebells and things like that lay okay for the first year. They'll go off lay, go through a molt, and then they'll come back on to lay, but it won't be as many eggs in the second and third years as it was in the first year. But the pure breeds lay consecutive years, so the first year is good, the second year is good, third year is good. You get good years all the way through with the pure breeds basically. So that's where we're heading. But with the pure breeds, you don't get as many eggs. So just for example's sake, you'll get 125 eggs in the first year, 125 eggs in the second year, blah blah blah. They'll probably go broody because the pure breeds, they'll go through a molt and then they'll come back onto lay. But with your hybrids, you'll get like say 300 eggs a year in the first year. Then that'll go down to say 200 eggs, and then in the third year that'll go down to 150, but and so on until they don't lay at all really, apart from the odd egg every other day, or once a week or something, once a fortnight, something like that. So basically, what the idea is to keep our own breed of pure breed birds, keeping that young and old in there as well. Having young birds coming on to lay into the winter will give us eggs through the winter, because they don't need as much so much daylight, so much food and things like that through the winter. So they'll lay through the winter, whereas the older birds will probably stop through the winter and then come on to lay next year when it starts getting longer days, warmer and everything like that. But the younger birds, they don't need so much, so they lay eggs more consecutively. So anyway, that's basically it. I've rabbled on now for nearly 11 minutes, and as you can see, my voice is starting to go croaky, and I'm probably boring you guys as well. So we'll leave it there, guys. But that's the ideas anyway. Feel free to comment, message me or anything like that. And I'll try and answer your questions or anything as and when I can. Like I say, we've just come over to Virgin, so I'm still trying to catch up with everything. I've got some comments that I need to sort of try and answer, which I'm going to try and do today. But this week now, starting basically from today, once Hannah gets home, we're going to be basically blitzing the garden. We've got a week and a couple of days. It's Thursday today, so a week and 2 days, basically to get the garden sorted before the wedding next Saturday. So, because we've got everybody coming back here after the wedding, so all being well, we should get the garden pretty much on top of. And as always, you guys will be with us because we've got the cameras and everything. So there we go, guys. We'll catch you later, and all being well, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.